What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the England-Bulgaria post-match analysis video, and we will talk about England's chances at the Euro 2020 tournament, with the semi-finals and the final I think will be hosted at Wembley Stadium, and also some games will be hosted in my home city Budapest. So I'm really looking forward to getting hopefully some tickets for the games at Euro 2020. And this was a really comfortable game for England, but the first half they didn't play really well. I expected a much better performance. Of course they dominated possession, but Bulgaria also actually had some chances, and actually after England took the lead in the 24th minute through Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling squared it to him, and then in the second half Harry Kane returned the favor and got an assist for Harry Kane as well, so for Raheem Sterling. So actually Harry Kane, on paper he had an outstanding game, scoring 3 goals and getting an assist, but 2 of his goals were penalties. And yes, he's a clinical finisher, but I still expect a little bit more from Harry Kane, if I'm honest. And also Raheem Sterling had a very good game, and I think this combination, the Harry Kane Raheem Sterling combination, is the key to England going far in the Euro 2020 tournament. By the way, England's goal in the first half came from a dreadful mistake. Bulgaria tried to play it out from the back, and they got punished because England robbed them of possession, and then it was an easy tap-in by Harry Kane. And in the second half, you know, Harry Kane scored a penalty, and then Raheem Sterling scored a good goal through a Harry Kane assist, and after that it was game over. The second half was a little bit better. I think England always knew that they were winning this game, so maybe that's why the tempo wasn't as high as it could be. But you know, overall this was a very convincing win by England, and I think that against bigger teams England need to play better. But I think they were in like second or third gear in this game. But my big question to you guys is, do you think England can win the Euro 2020 tournament? Because actually this has been one of the most exciting young English squads in recent memory. And if you look at the England bench, they have so many talented players coming through, like Callum Hudson-Odoi, James Maddison, Mason Mount, and Jadon Sancho, just to name a few. And they also had Trent Alexander-Arnold on the bench, Joe Gomez, Callum Wilson. So they have very good squad of players. But in my opinion, the key to England's success is the midfield. If we can find an even better midfield than what England played with currently, Henderson, Rice and Barkley, it's a decent midfield. But if you compare that to the midfield of France or Germany, or even teams like the Netherlands or Spain, definitely, I think that's where England is lacking. Defensively, I think England is pretty okay. I mean, Kane and Maguire is a pretty okay defense. It's nothing spectacular. And yeah, I think England defensively also need to maybe produce a little bit better players. I think the weakness is Kane, the Everton defender. He's not an internationally top class defender. If you look at the Spanish defense, the France defense, certainly the Germany defense, it's much stronger than the England defense. But midfield wise, I think that England should probably maybe develop James Maddison and Mason Mount a little bit until the Euro 2020 tournament, because those players definitely have the potential to become even better players than Ross Barkley, and yeah, Declan Rice played as a kind of an anchor, a defensive midfielder, with Henderson and Barkley a little bit further forward. But I think that England defensively and in midfield just needs to improve a little bit. Attacking wise, England has, you know, very good attackers. I mean, Marcus Rashford is inconsistent, but his pace will always worry any defense, and Raheem Sterling is now one of the best attacking players in world football. It pains me to say that as a Liverpool fan, but let's be honest here, Raheem Sterling is absolutely world class. He scored a brilliant tap-in after Harry Kane squared it to him, and that was game over. After that it was like an exhibition match, if you like, because Bulgaria, they could have actually made this game a lot more interesting had they scored their big chance just after half-time. Bulgaria had a big chance. The Bulgaria attacker was one-on-one with Pickford, and he shoots straight at him instead of going into the near post or far post, top or bottom corner. He shoots straight at Pickford. If that goes in, it's 1-1, it's a different game. But after England scored the second and third goals, it was pretty straightforward, and nobody really expected England to struggle in this qualifying group, because I mean, we have the Czech Republic in the England group who lost to Kosovo, which shows that the Czech Republic has probably one of their worst teams in recent memory. And yeah, Montenegro, Bulgaria and Kosovo, they are just not on the same level as England. So England will probably win almost all of their games. I mean, they already scored 14 goals in just 3 games. That's almost 5 goals per game on average, which is absolutely ridiculous. The Harry Kane penalty was also pretty ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand why the Bulgaria defender made the challenge there when Harry Kane was already goal side and he couldn't really get to the ball, and Harry Kane brilliantly scored it to make it 4-0, and Harry Kane gets another hat-trick for England. Very impressive performance, but as I said, these are not real tests. I really wanted England to get a top team in their group, somebody like the Netherlands or Germany or France, just for England to play more games against really top level opposition. In the World Cup and in the Nations League, almost every time England came up against a very good team or a world-class team, they lost. I mean, England had a glorious chance to knock Croatia out and make it to the World Cup final, and they couldn't do that because Croatia turned it around in the last 30 minutes of that game, and that is a huge regret for England. And also in the Nations League, England couldn't make it to the final. They lost to the Netherlands, and that was another game which just proved that against top teams, England can't win a game. I mean, since I started watching England, and that is since the 1998 World Cup, that's when I started really watching football regularly, England can't beat a top team at a major tournament. And I'm not sure the Nations League counts as a major tournament, but that's still worrying that even in the Nations League, England couldn't get to the final, they couldn't beat the Netherlands. And the naysayers say that England only made it to the World Cup semi-finals because of not facing a top team, and that's just a fact. England got a little bit lucky with the draw, and I really hope that England puts this hoodoo of them behind their backs, because sooner or later England has to beat a top team in a really crucial match, like a Euro quarterfinal or a Euro semi-final. And I think that these young players certainly have the potential to do that, but we need to give more opportunities to the likes of Mason Mount, James Maddison, and also there is high hopes that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain can come back to his top form, and also Jadon Sancho. He is, I think, the next big England talent, and I really hope England will give Jadon Sancho enough time to develop. The problem is that at the moment Raheem Sterling is playing at a world-class level in the position that Jadon Sancho is the most comfortable with. I think Jadon Sancho is predominantly a right-sided winger, and that's where Raheem Sterling loves to play. But maybe we should switch it around and maybe play Raheem Sterling on the left, where he can certainly play, and play Jadon Sancho on the right. At the moment, Jadon Sancho is right now maybe on the same level as Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has a little bit more experience in international football and in European football, but Jadon Sancho is getting there. He's playing every season in the Bundesliga and in the Champions League with Borussia Dortmund. He certainly has a higher potential than Marcus Rashford, in my opinion, just a little bit. So England have a lot of talented attacking players. What England need is sort out their defense and their midfield, because against top teams, those departments of this England squad, in my opinion, is just not good enough to win the the whole tournament of Euro 2020. That's just my opinion. Unless a major turnaround happens and England really improve drastically in midfield and in defense, I can't see them winning the major tournament, because if you want to win the Euros, you need to beat one of France, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, maybe even two of them. You will most likely will meet a top team in the semi-final and in the final, and there is Croatia, of course, another top team which is a little bit struggling in the qualifiers, but they beat Slovakia 4-0. I think yesterday that was a very impressive result. So overall, I think this England team is very good, but it's still missing that killer instinct that is needed against the top teams, the ruthless edge that you can see in all the top teams. Now it will be a fascinating tournament, the Euro 2020 tournament. Really looking forward to it. Let me know what do you think about this England team, what do you think about the qualifiers. I'm really enjoying international football, even though I miss the Premier League and I miss Liverpool very, very much, but I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, let me know what do you think, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, have a nice day, goodbye.